Now, here comes the necessity of this ng app. What is it actually doing right over here? So let's literally first of all remove this thing from here. Now press Ctrl S. Now if we head back and reload, we can see that the exact same expression that we had written into our project, it is now practically shown into the output browser. This is what ng-app is exactly going to do. ng-app is practically bootstrapping the Angular expression with the project, and it is returning us back the final output or the outcome, which is about to be shown into our HTML template into the browser. So let's make another test right over here. We will be copying this off. We have no need of it right now, first of all. And now we will be creating a div element. Instead of this div element, let's make usage of this p tag. And here and we are practically copying this whole thing from here, and we are just pasting it in the bottom. And in the first place, we will be using the ng app directory with the first paragraph that we have created, and in the second case we will be leaving it empty. We will be just using this paragraph here and nothing else. We are not using any kind of directive along with the second paragraph that we have created. So right now, if we press Ctrl S, head back to our project and reload, we can see that in the first case, the result of this addition is been returned to our page. We can see the output here. The output is 50 and it is being shown despite of the fact we had used this expression here, right over here. But in the second case where we haven't used this ng app, we can see clearly that this expression do nothing. It is practically doing nothing here. All it is going to do, it is going to return the exact same value that we had inserted into our text editor. So the ng app is practically bootstrapping the addition operation right over here, as we had used this ng app directive here. But in the second case, as we haven't used any kind of ng app directive along with this p tag, so nothing is being carried on, no operation is being carried on into this particular case. Now in the next case, instead of using it here, if we had used this ng app directive along with this body tag, right over here, now if we press Ctrl S and reload, we can see that in either cases, it is exactly returning the same exact output which is desired for this addition operation. So the proper place for using an ng app, it is practically depending upon you whether you are wanting to bootstrap the Angular JS with that particular element or with that particular page or not. Now in my case, I will be using them with my page throughwise. So instead of putting it along with this body tag, we will be using this ng app along with this HTML tag that we had created earlier. And here we will be now reloading, and we can see that it is now practically carrying on this Angular JS application throughwise throughout all of this browser, throughout all of this output. So this is what ng app directive practically doing here, and this is how we are successful to install the Angular JS into our project. But there is another alternative method that we may use here. We may use the CDN There it goes. So if we now click on this button, there goes on this dialog box right over here, and we can see that here goes the CDN which can be used into our project. In that particular case, all we need to do, we need to copy this CDN structure here. We need to head back to our text editor, and instead of this Angular JS.min.js, we might be using this Angular JS source code or this Angular JS CDN into our project. So now if we press Ctrl S and head back to our project and reload, we can see that everything remains the same. But in this particular case, instead of using a downloaded version of Angular JS, we are practically using the CDN structure of it. There it goes. This is the same CDN which has been used along with our project right over here. And another thing, in some particular cases, we may see some other applications, some other utilities of Angular JS, like if we want to make usage of an expression, something like this one. 1 is compared to 2. So the point is, 1 is never equals to 2. So in this particular case, it should have returned a false statement into our output. So we'll be now pressing Ctrl S, heading back to our project and reload, and we can see that the false statement is practically returned into the browser that we are practically using. So this is how we can download and install and work on with the Angular JS application, using it directly into our project.